Welcome to She Fascinates Me, a hand-picked collection of heartfelt human conversations with women who've lived boldly, grown wiser, and have stories worth sharing. In a world flooded with AI content and perfectly polished personas, we're all craving something real, and you can't fake this. From big reinventions and quiet pivots to wisdom on wellness, leadership, and turning a passion into a business, each episode is honest, inspiring, and full of connection. I've known today's guest, Paula Santamaria, for about 15 years, and let me tell you, if there's a party, she's the one in the center of the laughter. She's got this irresistible high-energy sparkle and a southern drawl that makes you just want to hang out a little bit longer. I can still remember some of those hangovers from my 40s with her. So when we first met, Paula was firmly planted in the insurance world, but one night, over a few glasses of wine, we got to talking about dreams and business and her not-so-secret obsession with animals. And she swears that conversation was the nudge she needed to finally make it official, and Four Paws Concierge was born. Now, she's living proof that you can take a lifelong passion and turn it into meaningful work and still keep your life and your home beautiful and miraculously not smelling like a kennel. I've been there. It's bizarre. I don't know how she does it. But here's what I really want to underline. Her podcast today isn't about advertising her business. Paula's certainly not here to pitch hers. In fact, her work is so personal that she doesn't advertise at all. She literally invites animals into her home, and everything she's built has grown purely by word of mouth. She wishes she could clone herself, so this is not an ad for her business. I just want y'all to know that. This episode's really just about the woman behind the business, the courage, the creativity, and fulfillment that come along with reinventing yourself around something you love. And if you're listening and wishing that there was a Paula in your city, she's even open to mentoring other women who might want to create something similar where they live. She's passionate about sharing what she's learned so that more families can experience the kind of personal, loving care she provides. I can't wait for you to hear her story, because if anyone can inspire you to chase a dream like a dog chases a ball, it's Paula. Hello, and welcome to She Fascinates Me. I'm Julie Silber, your host, and today I'm with my sweet friend, Paula Santamaria. Hello, Paula.
Hi, Julie.
How are you doing?
I'm good. So good to be here with you today. I'm so
I'm happy you're
excited for your
here.
podcast.
Yay! Thank you so much for being a part of it. That's thunder. And
That's thunder.
okay, y'all, this is going to be interesting because, and there's the thunder here at my house. We're like a mile or two away from each other. That was like 3-1 Mississippi's, and then it made it to my house. So this might be interesting because you have a house with 16 dogs in it, and hopefully they're not all afraid of thunder. But if they are, you might have some friends jumping on your lap during our recording, right?
Exactly. So you may have a special appearance happen.
Well, that'll be great. I think it'll be fun. So, all right, you and I have known each other for about 15 years, and you've got an interesting history of business experiences, and you've landed in a world that is completely your passion with your own business taking care of other people's dogs on a very high concierge level. So, take us through where you started career-wise, maybe out of school, and kind of the progression to the decision you made to start Four Paws Concierge.
So after school, I started as a manufacturer's rep in the fashion industry. And I was schlepping schmattes, as they said, in the garment district of New York City.
Okay. And that would be
South
Yiddish
Carolina.
for hauling around a lot of clothes?
For selling clothes and hauling clothes. Yes,
Say
that
it
would be
again.
Yiddish for that.
Say it again clearly and slowly because I want to hear the word. I've heard the word schlepping, but I don't know the other word.
Schmattes, clothing.
Schmackes?
Mm-hmm.
Schmackes. Okay.
Schmatte is a Yiddish word for clothing, and schlepping is a Yiddish word for carrying around and showing. I was schlepping schmattes in New York City.
All right. It sounds kind of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. A lot of time on the road, a lot of travel. I did that for 5 years and repped a lot of different lines, had my own t-shirt line for a while, and then was looking for something to get off the road.
Okay.
I was living out of a suitcase. So everybody at the apparel mart was looking for medical insurance. Medical insurance was a big deal for us self-employed 1099 people in the garment district. And I was in a pool with a lot of older people. So my insurance was really expensive. So I decided to go out and get it on my own. And in that journey, I landed an insurance license
Okay.
and started selling it to everybody I knew at the apparel mart.
Wow.
Just kind
So
of
pretty
made sense.
industrious of you. I mean, you had a need for yourself because it was so expensive to get the same insurance that your coworkers had, given the age difference.
Right.
And in that process, you learned so much that you were like, oh my gosh, I could just totally do this myself. I'm going to get my license.
Yes.
Okay, you're quite a go-getter. Okay, so that's great. And that turned into the next phase of your career then.
Yes. Which
Okay.
lasted 26 years
Okay.
in the insurance business. And I was an independent agent and did all sorts of lines of medical insurance.
Okay. I mean, all the insurance brokers and agents who I have met are very social people. So I really feel like you fit the mold for that world.
Yeah, it was a
It's
lot
a
of,
it's a people connecting people kind of business, right?
yes, a lot of networking, a lot of referrals, which I
Mhm.
love because I am a people person. So I loved all the networking events and things to meet people. And that
Right.
worked out very well for 26 years.
Okay. And then what happened?
Well, then what happened? Obamacare came along, and the insurance industry completely changed.
Okay.
We as independent agents were not paid commission anymore, so we were just asked to survive on the book of business that we had, which dwindled every year. And I just wasn't going to work for free.
No, that doesn't
So
sound very good. Okay.
no, not for anybody. So I said, I've been rescuing dogs, I've been saving dogs, I've been fostering dogs for 30 years since I was 15 years old. So
Oh,
why not start a dog business? And
okay.
with a little help from my friends, one in particularly, we were out for dinner one night and over a few glasses of wine she kind of nudged me in the direction of you're so good at this and you're so good at that, why don't you start a business? And
That was
there
me, y'all.
that was Julie. And now here
Yes.
we are, and we're about to celebrate 9 years in business in February.
Congratulations.
Yes,
So,
thank
gosh,
you.
I didn't realize it had been that long. That's wonderful. So, yeah, I think sometimes someone on the outside looking in can really make some brilliant observations about things that might have been right under your nose. And I'm glad you took that and ran with it because look what you've done. So, just like before, you saw a need for yourself to get more affordable health insurance. So you just decided to take care of that yourself and then start your own business selling
Hmm.
insurance and making good
Hmm.
money for a lot of years, I'm sure.
Yep.
And then you saw a need that you wanted to fill with your current business, not only taking care of other people's dogs, but really taking it to a whole different level. So you're a people person, which lended itself or lent itself. What's the proper grammar there? Lended or lent? I think it's lent,
Let.
which lent itself very well to the insurance business. But then you're a dog person too. So the combination of the two creates this business, Four Paws Concierge, where you go above and beyond for
I
everyone that you
try.
help.
I try because this was a service that I wanted as a pet parent.
Okay.
Okay, I had
Tell us
six
more about that.
dogs. Okay, I had six rescue dogs at the time I started this business and two small children. And when we would go out of town, it was almost impossible to get away with six dogs. And I did not want to board the dogs. So I
No.
started hiring someone to come in and house sit for us.
Sure.
And then I thought, my idea of a situation for a pet parent would be have the place that I could take my dog would be cared for and treated like it is treated at home. And it could stay in the house, it could sleep in the bed if it wanted to, it could play during the day, no kennel, no inside building, a home environment that the dog was used to.
Yeah.
And that's how Four Paws Concierge was born. I
It was
wanted to take
born
care.
from your heart. I mean, because whose dog does want to go from their cozy feather stuffed couch and wonderful bedding with their mommy and their daddy and to go into a crate or a concrete floor
Yes,
with a
exactly.
wire fence around it. Yeah, it always makes me sad to think about that, and I'm sure we've all done it. But it's great that you wanted to create this boutique business for families who really want that for their fur babies. So you did it.
So I did it.
Did you just jump right into it, or did you have some sort of a family meeting with your husband and the kids? What was that like, and how was it received?
Well, I am married to someone that is very much a dog person. He did not grow up with dogs. He grew up in Europe and he traveled a lot with his family, but they always had cats. So he
Okay.
is a dog. So he is a animal person. He was just in a situation as a child where he had cats.
Okay.
So when we met, I had two dogs and he wanted a dog. So together we adopted one, and then we had three, and then another one needed a home, and then another one. And so anyway, every time I brought one home, he would say, "Okay, okay." And I was like, I'm in love. So we were married and had a family, and he encouraged me to start this business because he
Okay.
knew how passionate I was about the animals.
That's wonderful. I think so often from what I've observed, when there's someone who's started a special business or has a passion, having that support from your husband or your significant other or your family is so important. You don't want to have to
So
be
important.
going against the grain day to day. So it's just wonderful that he helped you nurture that into actually turning it into a business.
Now we have a rule. The rule is four or more dogs in the bed, and he sleeps in another room.
He's
Now,
okay with this?
he's okay with this. Now, size
Okay.
does matter. It
Oh,
depends on the size of the
size
dog.
matters in the bedroom. Okay. Yeah.
Size matters in the bedroom. Okay. And it matters on the size of the dog. If
Sure.
there's three big dogs, he's in another room. If there's four small dogs, he's in another room.
There can be all kinds of combinations, right? It could be two large dogs plus two little dogs really is
Sure.
equivalent to just two and a half dogs.
Exactly.
So he's
Your
still in the
math is like
bed
my
right there.
math.
He's right there. He's still in the bed with four dogs.
Yeah.
Have you ever been able to fool him on the four dog rule and he's really sleeping with like seven dogs, but it really only
Six.
equals four dogs?
I
You did
did
get
get
away with
by with
six.
six. Because I have two little teenies that I take care of that like to sleep on my head. So he's on his side and they're on my pillow. And there was two of them. Nah, never knew a thing.
Oh gosh. I need more pictures. You sent me one picture that we'll share, but I think I need more pictures of the dogs in the bed situation. It's just too funny. What's the largest dog you've ever taken care of?
The largest dog, I believe that would be a Great Dane,
Yeah.
which was probably 120 pounds.
Okay. And the
A
smallest?
3.5 pound Yorkie.
Oh gosh, what a little sweetie. You have to be careful not to step on a little baby
They
Yorkie
get
like
their own
that.
room. There's two of them. There's two of them, and they get their own room when they're here because
Oh.
they are so small with the other dogs.
So
So
they
they
always travel
actually
together?
they travel together. They come
Mhm.
here, and my office turns into the place for these two.
And they weigh a total of 7 pounds.
Six.
It's so funny.
They're
Oh
so
gosh.
tiny. They're adorable. They
You
have an
just carry
Instagram
them?
page. Yeah,
They
yeah,
do. Oh, sweet. So you just carry
yes,
them around.
yes.
Yeah.
Carry them
And
in,
so
carry them out.
they have their own room and they pretty much stay in their own room the whole time just because they're so little.
Well, I bring them out
Okay.
and take them out and do their own thing with depending on the size of the dogs that are here. If
Yeah.
there's a few big dogs and there depends on the dog. If it's a gentle giant big
Mhm.
dog, I have a
Yeah.
lot of those. They're fine with that.
Yeah.
But just because they are so little and I don't want them to get in the mix of the dogs playing, they are kept separately.
So you probably have some goofball dogs that are just like a little too clumsy or just crazy to be around a little baby like that. Yeah. And now we'll take a moment for the giving intermission. Don't fast forward. Your karma is watching. Today, we're shining a spotlight on one of Paula's favorite ways to give back to the community, a powerful initiative rooted right here in Atlanta called Giving Grace, a program of Remerge. Giving Grace began in 2012, sparked by a simple but transformative idea from volunteer Christy Betts. She rallied friends to meet one immediate real need for a neighbor in crisis, whether it was rent, shoes, or a ride. And from that small act, Giving Grace was born, centered on personal connection and direct response. So what does Giving Grace do today? It offers emergency support like financial or in kind help for rent, utilities, transportation, clothing, or childcare for vulnerable individuals and families who are at risk of displacement or losing community ties. Another example is a story of a single father who moved out of foster care and into his own home, or a mom who could keep providing for her family once she had reliable transportation. Those are real, life-changing outcomes, but it doesn't stop there. Each person is partnered with someone from the network to craft a tailored sustainability plan and walk alongside them on their way forward. Let's talk impact. In 2022, Giving Grace served 2,436 families across Metro Atlanta, delivering a staggering $1.7 million in direct services, all powered by one-to-one relationships and neighbor-focused care. What truly makes Giving Grace so inspiring is its heartfelt approach. It's not about impersonal grants or systems, it's about individuals and people taking time to understand someone's story, meet their need, and help build a plan for something better. That's the power of community right there. If you'd like to support Giving Grace, visit remerge.org to learn how you can get involved or give. So when we started in the opener of the podcast, when I was introducing you, you mentioned you've kind of been at this since you were 15. Can you tell us a little
Yes.
more about that?
Sure. So I grew up in a small town in Greenville, South Carolina,
Okay.
as an only child. And I would see dogs on the road or near the road. And I thought they should not be there. They should be with their owner. They should be in their house. They should be with their family. They should be on a leash. So I would pick the dogs up and I
Okay.
would take them home. And
Okay.
9 times out of 10, these dogs had collars and these dogs had
Oh.
tags. So my parents spent a few hours every couple of months calling people saying, "We have your dog. My daughter saw it near Highway 20, or my daughter saw it in the yard." So it was an issue for a while.
But you've
So
got such a heart, and you felt that there was an injustice happening each time you would do this. So,
each time, these
yeah.
animals, I felt like they deserve to be somewhere safe and they deserve to
Yeah.
be with people and their families. So one day, in the chaos of picking up these dogs, I picked up 2 dogs, and they happened to be pointers and hunting
Mhm.
dogs. And I brought those dogs home, and my dad called the number on the collar.
Uh-huh.
And the guy said, "Oh my gosh, I've been looking for my dogs everywhere. I was in Greenville and they jumped out of the back of my pickup truck. And I'm
Mhm.
halfway back to Raleigh, North Carolina. If you could hold them for me, I would gladly turn around and come get my dogs."
Okay.
So he was reunited with his dogs. My father gave him the address. He came to the house. He got his dogs and he gave me $100 bill and said, "Thank you so much for rescuing my dogs." And I was hooked.
Yeah. Well, that
Yeah.
would hook me too, because that really feels like the work you're doing is paying off. It's very gratifying. I think probably many of us, many of you who are listening, maybe you've had an experience, where you found a stray dog or a stray cat and you did something to help that animal be reunited. I know it's happened to me a few times.
When I got my license, my parents said, "Please do not pick up another dog that has a tag or has a collar or belongs to anyone. These dogs have homes, they have owners, their owners love them. Please leave them at home." So I
Okay.
took that as, okay, well, then I can pick them up if they don't have a collar or a tag. So
Oh,
that's what I started doing.
you found the loophole. All right. So it's just in your blood to do this.
It's
And
just who I am.
so yeah. And so you found out about a situation because people know that you do what you do.
Mhm.
And you found out about a situation that was an eviction. Tell us about that and where it's landed you today with a very large number of dogs in your house.
So, a few months ago, I was made aware of a situation that happened about 30 minutes from where I live in Atlanta. And this person that was telling me the story had seen this happen in her apartment complex. And she was a young person and didn't really know what to do. So, she told
Okay.
me that about the situation. Some people had been evicted and they had left behind a younger dog in a crate. And they had just left it on the side of the road with all
Mm.
their belongings. So once I knew
Okay.
the
Oh, it's so
story,
sad.
I could not unknow the story. So I asked
Yeah.
her for the address, and there I go to see if I can see the dog or find the dog. And I drove to the address and I found a maintenance guy in the parking lot. I explained the situation to him, and he said, well, their things were just hauled off, but the company that took their things would not take the dog. So they
Oh,
opened the
okay.
crate and let the dog go.
Oh, no.
So the dog was let go into the woods behind this apartment complex.
So you had to go hunt and find the dog?
Yep. So I took my loop leash that I keep in my car, and
Uh-huh.
I got out of the car with my new micro needled face that I just had done. So it looked like I had a terrible sunburn, flip
Fresh
flops,
from the spa and into the woods.
into the woods. And I go in my flip flops, and the guy said to me, do you have any other shoes? And I said, there's no time. There's no time for shoes. I don't have any more. I must go find this dog. And off I go into the woods, and I looped the dog. I found the dog, looped the dog, brought her home, and she had 10
Oh,
puppies 64 days later.
that's incredible. So was it kind of easy to find, like, did the dog come to you fairly easily? How long were you looking for the dog in the woods?
Not very long, because she
Oh,
was frightened. I think she had already been
yeah, she
abandoned
knew.
once. She knew. I think
Hmm.
she knew that
She
I
knew
was there.
she knew that you were there to help. She could feel your energy.
Yep.
Oh,
I had no treats. I had nothing, but I had my leash, and I tried to loop her the first time, and it missed. And she didn't run. She just kind of ducked a little bit. I tried it again, and I got her. And then I just started really talking to her sweetly, and she came to me, and
yeah.
that was it. Next thing you know, she was
What
in
a
my car.
sweetie. Well, and also she probably had some really smart intuition. She's like, this is my meal ticket right here. This lady, she just got here, freshly microneedled from the spa. I think she's
Yeah.
probably going to have the means to take care of me.
She's kind of she said
My,
she smells like a dog person.
yeah, yeah.
I'm sure. I'm
She could
sure.
smell the plasma and whatever else comes out when they microneedle your face. What a sweet thing. What is her name? Does she have a collar on?
Of course she does now. And she's microchipped. And her name is Nora.
Now, did you name her Nora, or did she have a collar on when you found her?
Oh no, she did not have a collar on when I found her.
Of course,
But
because she was
she her
completely
name is
abandoned.
Nora.
Yeah,
Yes,
sweet
completely
baby
abandoned.
Nora. Okay, so she had puppies. So were you able to tell that she was pregnant when you got her out of the woods?
I knew she was either pregnant or she was into going into her first heat. But I
Okay.
really thought it was the first heat because she was only approximately 8 to 9 months old.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So she's
So
sweet.
as I found out, the previous owners had three other dogs.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that one of those was an unneutered male that got this dog pregnant. And then they took the other dogs, but they left this one behind for some reason, which I could not understand why until I figured out she was pregnant. And
Yeah.
that's probably
Yeah.
why they dumped her.
Well, thank
Terrible.
God for you and for what you did. So, learning curve. Have you ever taken care of a pregnant dog before? I say learning
Never.
curve. Maybe you've done it a million times before, but no, never. Okay.
Never, never. I've
All right.
rescued, I've fostered, I've done heartworm treatments, I've taken stitches out of a chicken, I've done all sorts of different things with animals, but I've never had a litter of puppies that I was responsible for taking care of. And
Okay.
and they are fabulous. They are wonderful, but they are a lot of work.
Okay, so you find out she's pregnant, you know it's confirmed, and like when it's time for the puppies to come, are you like at the vet's office getting support? How are you navigating all of this? Because you're currently at the time, you know, because this is all happening right now while we're recording. You've had these puppies now for a few weeks, but you're juggling your business. How are you getting the support to help this come together?
So I did this little thing called research on YouTube University, and I started reading on YouTube everything I can about puppies, birthing puppies, having puppies, caring for puppies,
Okay,
deworming, weaning, everything to do with puppies,
just a
and
deep
took it
dive.
from there. Deep dive
Okay,
and took it from there. Gave them the basement, made mom happy, and went from there.
did you go to the vet? Are you utilizing
Yes.
any ongoing help from a veterinarian during this process? And I'm not asking that in a, are you sure you're doing this right kind of way, but a like, wow, this is huge. How do you really do this by yourself?
Yeah, I've been consulting with my veterinarian who they are great and they know I've been in a few times with a few dogs that I found or rescued. And so they know me there. They know me
Well,
quite
and they
well.
know you
Plus,
from your own dogs as well. So you
I have
bring a lot of business
seven.
there.
Yeah, I have
And
seven of my own
yeah,
animals. So they know me quite well. So when I
okay.
came to them with this situation, they were more than willing to help.
Of course, the relationship is there, it's established, and
Yes.
they know who you are and what you're all about. So I love that you have that support. Okay, so how much longer from the time that you found Nora to having the puppies?
The puppies were born, I found Nora on May 22nd. The puppies were
Okay.
born on July 10th.
Ooh, okay.
10
So,
puppies on the
wow.
10th.
Wow. Okay. And so were they born in your basement?
They were. They were. We were watching a movie and we knew it was getting about time because the dog's gestation period is 63 days. So we didn't know exactly how far along she was when we found her, but we just kind of, did a little math and figured out it's getting close to time. So
Okay.
we were watching a movie and we went to check on her and she had already delivered 8 puppies on her own,
Oh my gosh.
detached them from the umbilical cord. She had bitten them off. She had cleaned them,
Oh,
everything by the time we got to her.
wow.
But there was still 2 more that had not been born. So we had to deliver the last 2. She was just exhausted.
Oh my gosh. And so this might be a dumb question, but did you know just from, I don't know, ultrasounds or anything like that, how many puppies to expect?
No,
You
no,
didn't know? So
I
how did you
didn't
know
know.
there were still 2 more in there?
Well, because as I'm sitting next to her, watching her with these amazing tiny little puppies, her belly starts to like boom, 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 make these motions like a roller coaster.
Uh-huh.
At first, I thought, wow, that's a lot of gas. And then next thing you know, there's a puppy coming out.
Wow.
And then I knew from my research that there's can be a 30-minute time lapse between the delivery of these puppies. So we got that one out, we got it cleaned, we did everything.
You took you took the puppy out of the mommy.
I did. I did. She was exhausted. She was just
Oh.
exhausted. So I had to help her. And
Uh-huh.
and you have to, when the baby's born, they're in a membrane sac, and you have to immediately open that so the puppy doesn't suffocate.
Wow.
So I did
And you
that.
knew how to do that because of YouTube University, y'all. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Bravo. This is so exciting. Tell me more. Okay. And then puppy number 10.
Puppy number 10, we're again sitting there watching this and watching her clean now, the last one up. And then the
Mhm.
same thing, the motion again. And I said, could there be another one? And lo and behold, there was another one. The last 2 were black puppies.
Uh-huh.
We got every color. And the last 2, a male and a female, were both black puppies. And I delivered the
Oh,
last one. We sat there for about another 30 minutes, and that was it. No more. So
wow.
we knew she was done.
Congratulations. Oh, that must have felt amazing. Were you at all scared during this process or was it
No,
pure exhilaration?
it was exhilaration. And, nature has a way of taking care of
Yeah.
itself. So,
Yeah.
and let's imagine this dog was not in my basement and she was out in the
No.
woods. She would know
Okay.
what to do.
So then maybe I used the wrong word when I asked you, were you scared or was it pure exhilaration? Maybe it was neither. Were you just relaxed about it?
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
emotion for you in that moment? You're really relaxed.
Well, I was excited. I
Mm.
was
Yeah.
nervous because,
Okay.
I thought, oh, now I got to keep 10 puppies alive.
Yeah.
So I was nervous at that, but I just wanted to make sure that I gave him a good start. So I wanted to make
Yeah.
sure the birthing process I did everything I could to make that happen. And I had my bottles ready. I had my umbilical cord clippers. I had everything ready, my
Yeah.
whole little medicine cabinet set up. But she did everything. She did pretty much
Gosh.
everything with, the exception of breaking the membranes in the last part. And that was not a big deal.
Oh, it's so incredible. Gosh. And so was Regis with you? Your husband Regis, was he with you that whole time?
Yes, he was. And my son was with me as well.
Okay, Ryder was there
Yeah.
too. That's
Right, it was there. And
amazing.
then shortly afterwards, Ansley was at a friend's and she was so
Hmm.
upset because she said, I knew as soon as I left the house, she would have those puppies. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
She,
Murphy's Law. Oh,
yeah.
well, maybe you'll have the opportunity to do it again sometime. You can give everyone plenty of notice to attend the show, the baby birthing show, the puppy birthing show by Paula. Um, so bravo. Fast forward to now. How old are the puppies?
6 weeks this week.
Oh, okay. And so are you going to keep any of them? What's the plan?
Well, the plan is to find them homes. I'd like for them to go in pairs. Since we have 10
Okay.
puppies, if I could go two to this home and two to this home and two to this home and five
Okay.
homes. So I just need five
Okay.
homes to take two puppies and you got yourself a little family.
Yeah. And
We
so how do you go about doing that? Is it just through your own circle of clients or how do you get the word out?
Well, the vet's office, I'm working with them.
Mhm.
I am in touch with a couple of rescues that I know. I'm working with them to
Mhm.
see if they're interested in taking the puppies. We are keeping Nora. Nora is part of our family and we'll stay here. And I would like to keep one of every color, and there's four colors, but we will probably keep one or two.
Ooh, okay. So you might keep one or two. All right.
Yes.
I'm so glad Nora's going to stay in the family. That's
Oh,
wonderful.
absolutely. Nora, what
Okay,
Nora
so
was when I found her and rescued this dog, she was mine, regardless of
yeah,
pregnant, no pregnant puppies, anything. She was my dog from that day forward.
I need a picture of Nora that we can share as well. So let's make sure we get that and we'll add it to the B-roll. You have 6 dogs of your own. So you're contemplating adding 3 more. And don't you have some cats?
I have three cats and four dogs
3 cats, four
currently,
dogs currently. And so you might be adding 3 more dogs.
two to three, one to two. Let me go back, one to two
1 to 2. But
puppies.
again, this is Paula math. So
This
who knows what
Paulette.
it'll be?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What's one? What's two? What's three? So somebody said to me, "You had six dogs." I said, "Well, when you have five, what's one more?
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
what's one more?" And and it depends on the pack. The pack of the dogs and the
True.
personality of the dogs as well. Every time you have six dogs doesn't mean they're always going to get along and always going to have that bond. But we've been lucky.
Well, I don't know if it's luck or if it's by design because the energy you put out there, you just have such a gift for it and so much patience. The patience, the level of patience you have to have, and that Regis has to have with you being in this business, the way he supports you. But I mean, sometimes in your marriage, is there ever any conflict about the number of animals in your house or certain things that you might want to do because of this huge heart that you have for dogs? Does anything ever come up where you guys are butting heads?
Absolutely, all the time.
Okay, okay.
You know,
So y'all are real.
it puts a damper on the family travel.
Okay,
That's
I
for
can see
sure.
that.
But other than that, and there's always fun. So other than the damper on the family travel, there's times when my kids will make a comment and say, "Oh gosh, I wish we didn't have a lot of dogs." And then their friends come over and their friends say, "Wow, I wish I had this many dogs at my house." And then I hear them go, "Yeah, it's cool."
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes it cool,
yeah,
for sure. All right, so I've been to your home and it's absolutely beautiful. It is a larger home and you've got a couple or a few acres that's fenced in
yes,
and beautiful
2 acres.
interior design.
Thank
I mean,
you.
you've got a pair of white sofas that are just beautiful in your living room. And y'all are listening right now and watching, thinking, how in the world do you have white sofas and 9 million dogs in your house? The whole house is beautiful. It's a beautifully curated collection of furnishings and textures and art that you've collected from special places around the world. And it's just really pretty. I don't
Thank you,
understand
Julie.
how you keep it so clean and how it's so beautiful with so many dogs.
It's constant work. It's constant
Okay.
cleaning, and that's myself, my husband, and we have housekeepers, and that's it. It's just
Okay.
constantly cleaning
All
up
right.
after the dogs. And I mean, I have a lot of clients' dogs that are spoiled inside dogs.
They
Yeah.
have they have a certain level of interior design that they expect. Right. Do they
Yes,
require a
darling.
nightly turn down and a chocolate on the pillow?
Absolutely. Well, can't have chocolate, but how about a milk bone?
I'm sure you do all of that.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hendrix. Happy birthday to you. All your friends are here, and this is just for you, buddy. You gonna share that little one? Huh? You gonna share the little one? Then you will take the big one. Yeah, we'll let you have the big one. Oh, you're so sweet. You want to take the small one and share the big one? What a good boy. Okay, I'm going to help you. I'm going to. Oh, okay, I'm going to help you. Oh my gosh, I know. It's so yummy. Oh, what a good party. What good party, dude.
It just really seems like you're having so much fun with it. It's a lot of work, as you're saying. It
Yes,
is a business that's through word of mouth and referrals. You're keeping it, close to your network because people are coming to your home. You don't necessarily want to
exactly.
advertise or have so many people banging down your door. You're not looking to scale your business, but it's certainly not a part-time gig. You are working all the time.
All the time. Holidays and weekends. Yes, I am.
It's hospitality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
when everybody wants to go on their trips for the holidays and the Fourth of July's and the Columbus Day and the Labor Day, those are my busiest times. So
Yeah.
we travel on the down times when it's not so busy. But that's okay. That's
Okay.
okay. Because I love the
Yeah.
dogs and I love the clients. I love
Yeah.
my doggy owners. I've got a great list of clients, and they've been great and made me successful over the last 8 years.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
very
it really
thankful.
is, it's about the animals though for you, and it's about the people. And
Yes.
you're getting to tap into both sides of your heart. The business just sounds like it brings you so much fulfillment along with excitement. I mean, with the puppies. So I wish you all the best with finding homes for them and growing your animal family at the same time. I can't wait to meet Nora. She sounds like such a hero, and you are
Yeah.
to her. But she's the four-legged hero. Um, oh, you know what I wanted to ask you? Have you had some crazy blunders that have come up? I'm sure with so many animals in the house that you care for. Like, what's the funniest thing that's happened lately, or the grossest?
Oh, wow. Let's see. Well, the first one that comes to mind just recently happened when there was the fourth dog that was in bed, and these were four small dogs, had been outside and had eaten grass. Well, he decides to come in and go to my room and get on the bed and go to Regis's side of the bed, and he just barfed all over Regis's side of the bed. I mean,
Oh
just,
gosh,
it
Regis,
couldn't have
I'm
been
sorry to
more
be laughing at
perfect.
this. That's disgusting.
That's
Oh.
disgusting. And I cleaned it up.
So we were talking about patience earlier. I mean, this dog just pukes all over the bed, and you've got to just go with it. So, do you just have a bunch of
Yeah,
extra sheets lying around and
I do.
cleaning
I do.
supplies, and you're doing that
Yes,
yourself?
yes, yes, always. And I'm a
You don't
very
have
neat,
someone on
organized.
standby who's the throw up cleaner.
That's me. Yeah,
No,
that's me.
that's okay.
Regis can handle the pee and poop, but he cannot handle the vomit. That's another Regis
Okay.
rule. He can't handle that. So the fact that the dog did that on his side of the bed was really ironic, because if the dog had pooped on his bed, he would have cleaned that up. But the vomit, oh, he
Uh-huh.
would have no, he would have slept in another room.
Yeah,
So I
that
had
gets
to
a
just
hail no.
go into action and make it like it, never happened.
So that's gross and funny all in one. We knocked that right out. What about special needs? Do you find yourself taking care of like a dog who's got, have you seen the dogs that lose the use of their hind legs and they have to have the little wheels behind
Yes,
them, or like
yes.
any other special needs situations?
I've had a deaf dog before. I've had a blind
Oh,
dog before. I've
my
had a
goodness.
blind and deaf dog, same dog, that I've cared for.
Oh.
I've had diabetic dogs that had to take injections. I do have some dogs that take
Yeah.
daily medication. So yeah, that's part of this, that's just part of taking care of them. So I
Yeah.
do that
Yeah.
as
We had a
needed.
dog years ago. Do you remember Jackson, my Vizsla? He had diabetes, and I had to give him the insulin every 12 hours, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
the scruff of his neck. I felt like such a pro once I got comfortable doing it. But yeah, that was always nerve wracking. This was, gosh, it was probably either right when you were starting your business or before. But if I ever had to leave him in someone else's care, for me to feel comfortable that he was getting these shots, that was very scary. I like that you have
It
people
has.
bring their dogs to you. And so even though you're a concierge, do you do a little bit of both, or is it pretty much given that they're going to come to your house?
I do a little bit of both. When I first started, I did
Hmm.
more of taking care of the dogs in their house, especially if it was somebody that had multiple
Hmm.
dogs. I had a few clients that
Hmm.
wanted me to come to their house. They wanted their dogs in their environment. Plus, they needed some things taken care of around the house, like the mail, watering the plants, anything like that. So I do
Hmm.
that as well. I also pick up the dogs. I take the dogs home. I give the dogs a bath. I give the dogs salmon on Saturdays. I make a lot of dog treats, homemade dog treats for the dog. So we do a lot of little fun, special things for the pups.
That's so sweet. So, I want to come over for salmon Saturday. That sounds yummy. Do y'all eat it too?
We do. Yeah, it is yummy.
Oh, what a special treat. I mean, you really make it feel like home. So, do you sleep like a bear at the end of every night? Are you just so tired at the end of a
So tired.
day?
So tired.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not a morning person. So for me to get up early, I'm not in the best mood until I'm like probably on my second cup of coffee. But with the puppies, right now Nora and I are working it out. She's feeding them and letting me sleep till 8 or
Oh,
8:30. And then I get up and I'm feeding
how
them after
sweet.
that every 4 hours.
That's so
Yeah.
sweet. You really feel that cooperation from her, like for real?
Yes, for real. And she's eating
That's
four
really
times a
happening.
day. She's eating four times
You're
a
amazing.
day. They're eating every 4 hours, as well as taking care of the clients, as
Mhm.
well as taking care of the other dogs in the house, and trying to, do the laundry and all the other things that have to be done.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so I could not do it
So
without my family pitching in.
right. Without your family pitching in and the involvement and support, it sounds like mostly because of the ages of your kids, it's mostly Regis. But have you found the need, pursuing this passion, turning it into a business, all the time that it takes to do it? Have you found the need to outsource a lot of other parts of your life that kind of aren't related to the business that you just have no interest in or have no time for? Or are you seriously doing it all? Because I could see how that might get a little old after a while.
Yeah, I'm doing it all. I'm doing it all. The only
You
thing
really are
I
doing
have
it all?
somebody, yeah, yeah. I have somebody that comes in once a
Yeah.
week and they clean really well. They do a great job. And other than that,
Okay.
it's us. Yeah, it's us. When we
Yeah.
travel now, I do have a house sitter that comes in and takes care of our animals and the house. So Sarah comes in and takes care of everything. But now with
Okay.
the puppies, we haven't been able to do that.
Right. And so, like, when you leave town during the off season, when you're not caring for other people's dogs, you're saying you've got a house sitter that just knows your pack of dogs and cats and
Yep.
stays there just with your crew. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Because no one else, no one else can probably do what you do.
No, they can't. I don't say that, I wish I could clone myself. I wish I could clone myself. I don't say that
Mhm.
meaning like nobody can do what I can do. Well, yes, they can, but do they really want to? You don't get to be the crazy dog lady by not doing all the stuff yourself. And
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I find it, I'm passionate about it. So I find it entertaining. I find it funny. I find it work, but it's
Yeah.
just what I do.
I just love that you have found a way to translate your passion into your life's work because it truly sounds like this is your life's work. It's more than just a business. You're really helping families feel like they can give the maximum amount of love and care to their animals because when they are away and they can't personally love on them like you do, it's seamless when they're at Paula's house. So, we talked earlier, or I was explaining actually in the intro, that this is not, this episode is not intended to be a commercial for your company. It's not, because you're really just word of mouth and you have to limit, the amounts of families that you can help. But I love that you made a special offer to help other people. So if you're out there listening right now and you're like, gosh, I wish we had a Paula where I live, you have a very special gesture that you made, and I would love for you to share it.
Sure. If anybody is interested in talking about dogs and dog businesses and caring for dogs, you can reach out to She Fascinates Me, and Julie can put us in touch. And I'm happy to consult, answer any
Yes.
questions, give you any advice, anything that I can do to help.
I would love that so much. And the spirit of She Fascinates Me podcast is about that connection. We're wanting women to feel connected to other women, maybe feel like they've made a new friend, and also just to build other women up and to inspire. And so what better way to inspire than to lend a hand and maybe demystify a process? I mean, we already covered so much of what you do and how you do it today. It was so interesting. And you were just so generous with your time. You are a wonderful person. And it was just really neat getting to hear the whole story and share it with everybody out there. Thank you so much for coming out. Good luck to you with the
Thank you,
puppies. I
Julie.
hope they find the best homes. And I know that you're going to make sure that they do find the best homes. So
I'm
thanks
going to
again.
make, yes, I'm going to do everything in my power to find these dogs homes in pairs.
Well, you be good. And thank you again for everything you're doing for the animal community and for people in our community. And make sure you take good care of yourself.
Thank you, Julie. It's always a pleasure to see you. Thanks for having me.
See you around. Bye.
Bye.
Wasn't that just the best? I could listen to Paula's stories all day long. She's so funny and lighthearted, yet so passionate and determined. Such an awesome mix. Kind of like a good mutt. I know she would approve of that joke. Her energy and wit and the best Southern accent just draw you in. But seriously, it's her work ethic that absolutely boggles my mind. She pours herself into caring for so many animals, each and every one as if they were her own. I loved how she joked about wanting to clone herself, because don't we all wish we could sometimes? But since she can't, I love that instead she offered to share her wisdom with anyone who might want to do something like this in their own community. That generosity is exactly what brings me joy. Women lifting other women up and showing what's possible, giving others the courage to chase their passion. Paula makes sacrifices, and her family does too, and yet they're all in it together, creating something that's making a real difference. What an amazing woman, and what a beautiful reminder that following what you love, even when it's hard, i.e. dog vomit and poop landmines in the backyard, can lead to so much fulfillment. She Fascinates Me is a project that took real courage for me to start. I sat with this idea for more than 2 years before I finally found the nerve to bring it to life. What held me back? I don't have formal training in media. I'm not especially tech savvy. And like so many women, I worried about criticism. I'm sharing this because it's the real side of me as your host. Every woman who joins me on this show shows up with honesty, heart, and courage, and I owe you the same. My guests are real, and so am I. So the fact that you're here, listening all the way to the end, means you gave me a chance, and for that, I'm truly grateful. If only more women built each other up the way you just did, by showing up and listening. This podcast is my brave step. There will be critiques along the way, and I may take some of them to heart, or I may not, but either way, I'm here. I'm doing it, and I am proud of that. At its heart, She Fascinates Me is about connection and community in the way a podcast can feel like good company for busy women. I'm glad we connected today. You can expand our community of fascinating women by dropping me a line. Who fascinates you?
Hey everyone, this is me, Joel. I'm just here as the producer and editor of She Fascinates Me to let y'all know that we would love if you could go follow us on any social media app you use, like and rate us on whatever podcatcher app you're using, and tell all your friends about the show. If you enjoyed listening to the show but want to watch it, go check us out on Spotify Videos, where all the episodes have the video format uploaded as well. If you don't use Spotify, check us out on youtube.com under She Fascinates Me. All full video episodes are posted up there, and you can see tons of clips on the show on Instagram and other social media apps. Thank you so much for listening to She Fascinates Me, and make sure to come back every week so you can hear another fascinating conversation with Julie and one of her guests. And who knows, like she said, maybe you can suggest someone who fascinates you and you'll hear them on the show. Thanks again for listening, and make sure to like and follow us wherever you can.